Hey everybody, balance. Right now that seems to be the biggest challenge of life for me. I have all these things that I want to create, everything from my photos to the fine art photos to the website to other projects that I'm working on like this YouTube channel, a book that I'm working on as well as another branding project that I have kind of on the back burner as well. And just balancing the create part of life with the what I want to call keep the train moving part of life. And what I mean by that is the daily things like errands, chores around the house, work, because I'm just not lucky enough right now to make this or photography a full-time job right now. So I've broken down life as I know it today into three components. Component 1, create. Component 2, keep the train moving. And the third component is recharge. Okay, so these three components that I've come up with remind me of something I actually read in a book by Bobby Bones called Fail Until You Don't. And in the book, Bobby said something, or he breaks his book into 3 chapters, which are find, grind, and repeat. So I've broken down life as I know it today into 3 components. Let's talk about the first one. Number 1, create. So for me, I have a lot of projects I'm working on, everything from this YouTube channel to writing a blog to editing my photos, creating fine art photos, framing, and then there's always taking the pictures to begin with. Where and when do I find the time to do all this and squeeze it all in? And so what I've found is after looking and recording for about a week's period of time, 2 weeks maybe, of what I did during certain times of the day, I found that the midweek was my most productive days for some reason. And so on Wednesdays and Thursdays, I usually try in the morning to write my blog and then also post it out on different social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And then also come the afternoon time on those same days, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I find I'm also more, and I don't know why this is, but more inspired to start looking at my pictures and start editing them, flipping through them, culling them in Lightroom. Going through the photos in Lightroom gives me an opportunity to not only look what I have, organize it, find new photos that I want to release later on in the month or in coming months. And then there's number 2, keeping the train moving. Now these are tasks that I find early in the week I tend to take care of. And that's Mondays and Tuesdays. And I'm not really sure. It's probably because of the weekend on why that is. I have time to mull things over a little bit. And then Mondays, Tuesdays, I kind of get back to the office and am all revved up about just getting those things knocked out. Some of that might be some planning stuff, like getting my newsletter for the next month set up in MailChimp. And so I'll go ahead and I'll do things like that. Another keep the train moving concept is social media engagement. I will Mondays, Tuesdays usually check to see how my previous week's posts have done, maybe comment on a few things, maybe even look at what other photographers are doing, comment on their stuff, just enough to try to keep the conversation rolling and engaging. You know, something else you have to do to keep the train moving is make sure that you take care of your health, as well as your mental health. And I'm not talking about just working out. I mean, make sure that you're doing things that stimulate your brain, that help you be more creative. I mean, for me, I like to wake up almost every morning and I read these little tiny snippets of daily rituals by other people. And it's just really helpful and inspiring to read what other people are doing and how they're doing it, which is probably one of the biggest inspirations on why I've decided to make this vlog kind of about those things. Okay, so the last component to this whole keeping balance in your life is number 3, which is recharge. I think it's really important that you get out, enjoy the outdoors, or, you know, meet up with some friends at a brewery and have a beer. Just do something to decompress and not really think about anything. And that way it gives your brain a chance to just relax. And that's what we need to be creative. We need to find that Zen point of relaxation. How you handle everything else and how you do everything else and organize yourself doesn't matter as much as just getting out of the noise. Because once You get out of the noise. You can hear yourself think. You can see a vision of whatever it is you're trying to create. So I think whether you're a fine art photographer, a writer, a sculptor, or even a basketball player, the concept of create, keep the train moving, and recharge are things you can apply to almost any place in any type of lifestyle. So if you like what you heard, please click the like button below, share with a friend, and maybe watch some of the other videos I've done, and they're also below. And just remember, just like Bobby Bone said, fight, grind, repeat. Create, keep the train moving, and recharge. That's it.